Alright, in this video, I want to talk about how war is coming. I've been looking up some different things, and I've been seeing uh, something very interesting where countries are building up their military almost like it was pre-World War II again. And they're building up their navies, army, air forces, building new planes and ships and tanks and all that stuff, and weapons and ammunition. And there's a lot of different economic issues going on. For example, China is dealing with repercussions for basically creating jobs just to create jobs. They started creating all these buildings, like homes and apartments, that no one actually lives in. They just did it because they had to create jobs for all their people. But now that's done, and now there's a bunch of these homes that nobody wants to buy, nobody's living in, and they're having these different economic issues. So they're building up their military. And this is what happens when economies start to collapse. We already know that's going on with inflation going on in America, and other nations are preparing for this. That's why BRICS is forming. And I believe through Daniel we can see these different beasts in Daniel chapter 7. I get Daniel and Revelation mixed up there, yes. But we see these kind of things unfolding. And right before World War I and World War II, economic issues. When the country can't support its people, it has to go to war to kill off its own people. That's what these people do. These are what they call the elites, the people in control, the oligarchy that's behind the scenes. Like, oh, we can't support all these people. We're getting to that point where it's just getting too big. Let's have a war. We'll get them to kill each other off and then rebuild from the aftermath. And that's a shame that that's how they do things, but that's how it is. And war is also God's judgment here on earth. Hell is God's judgment in the afterlife. So when we see this going on, it's because the world is being judged. God's people are about to be taken, and judgment's about to come on the earth as the form of World War III. Economic issues, famine. That's why Russia wants Ukraine, because it supports something like 25 plus percent of the world's grain. That's a big chunk for the world, and if Russia can control that, it can take care of its people and use it as leverage over other nations. And this BRICS, if it ends up being this 10-horned beast from Daniel 7, which is a beast that isn't described. The first beast is said as a lion, then there's a bear, then there's a leopard. But it says this other one is a dragon. Well, it doesn't say what it is. People always describe it as some kind of dragon or reptilian-looking creature. And what's interesting is that the beast is, in Revelation 13, is a mixture of the lion, the bear, and the leopard. But then it's given its power by the dragon. So it ties into what I was saying about Revelation 17, where I was saying that these BRICS nations eventually give their power over to the beast, personified as a single man who embodies the spirit of Satan himself, who I happen to believe is Donald Trump. There's nobody quite like this guy. I mean, a forked tongue, hypocritical, contradicting, inconsistent, lying, deceiving, manipulating, pompous, and arrogant, and would have no problem claiming to be God. And yeah, so I just want to make this video to, not that anybody wasn't worried about this anyway, but we can see that things keep coming together where war is about to happen. And it looks like a big one. And I believe Russia was saying that Donald Trump is going to inherit a scorched earth. Trump wants to take Canada and Greenland, more land and resources. He wants the Panama Canal back, which probably means he wants to also incorporate Mexico in all of this, where everybody's under him and the North American Union and preparing for this World War III. And it's all setting up. This means it could happen right now when we're going to go to bed tonight. I'm making this video, what is today, Monday? But I'll probably post this on Tuesday. So it might have already started by the time I wake up. But it could take, weeks, months. I'm thinking it's going to happen by the summer of 2026 because the way the sun, moon, and stars were lining up with the solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, blood moons, all these things lined it up on certain days at certain times right before World War I happened, 3 years before it. The same thing happened 3 years before World War II. And 2023, we started to see the same signs start to happen, and we're coming to the end of them, which means at each time it was at the summer, around August, July, August time, where the wars broke out. I believe the battles right now there's preparation going on for it, but the actual fighting looks like it's the summer of 2026 if we look at the signs and if I understand it all correctly. But we got two witnesses. We had it happen for World War I, World War II, so it looks like it's going to happen again. And it looks like the summer of 2026 is where that's going to kick off. Now, I believe the rapture should be before then. I was saying by the spring of 2026. It was by the spring of 2024, starting at the spring of 2024 to the spring of 2026 was I saying was the rapture window. Because there's a lot of people talking about, it's this date, that date. And I was like, well, how about we get the year down, and then we can narrow down a month and maybe a day. So hopefully it's sooner than that. We're taken out of here. But we know as soon as we go up, sudden destruction. Right? That, within the midst of the chaos, of the rapture, that is, that Satan's going to want to cause more chaos and confusion by breaking out into war and then say that, aliens took the people. They weren't raptured. And then he was going to want to say things like, we have to unite to fight against these aliens. You have to take this mark so that we can track you, so that we can go get you if they take you, right? And all this stuff. And, all these ploys to unite the world, using the rapture and the wars to bring everybody together, to unite them all in this great deception. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 mentions when the restrainer is removed, the Holy Spirit, which we're one spirit with if we're born again Christians, 1 Corinthians 6:17, those joined unto the Lord are one spirit. When that spirit's taken up, then there's sudden destruction, right? The restrainer is removed, and it says that these people who didn't love the truth are given over to a strong delusion, and that's about to happen. And I'm making this video just as a warning, because I know a lot of people probably laugh at this channel, just ignore this channel, or what have you. Don't even care one way or another, and even fight against this channel. And then when this happens, and it happens at the times that I was saying, well, then hey, God's really with me, and He's really trying to reach you. And I'm just here as a messenger. you can go straight to Him through Jesus Christ. And you do that by faith. Right? But, yeah. Thanks for watching. Take care. Please support with your prayers. Hold me up and hold up this channel. And we can keep going until Jesus comes back. And you can help out by hitting the thumbs up, interacting in the comments section. Watching the video all the way through helps, like you just did. This is the end. We're wrapping this up right here. Subscribing, hit the bell icon so you know when other videos come out. That helps out. And if you are able to, financial support would go a long way. There's links in the description below, or on different platforms it might be to one of the sides or something. But generally it's below. And that could help out greatly to keep this going. So with all that being said, thank you for all of you who have supported in one way or another. Today's a good day. And with your support, tomorrow will be a good day too. So take care and stay tuned for the next one.